Hi, and welcome to Challenge 7, looking at drop boxes and customizable fields. So there's a really cool feature that you can use in Google Sheets, which is known as data validation. You would access it by clicking on data and then data validation. And what you can actually do is create like a drop down. So instead of having people type things in and misspell, put extra spaces or whatever else, you could have pre-slugged lists that they could select from to do whatever they need to do. So there's a couple ways we can go about it. The first way we can go about it is by typing in a simple list. So maybe I could have like apples, bananas, cantaloupe. That one stopped me for a second. And I don't know, pears. How about that? Okay. What I can do then is I could, if I want to, go to data. I'll go ahead and right here, I'll make a box. Go to data validation. And I can choose from a range. So if I click on this, I can now go ahead and select basically these guys. Hit OK. And what you'll see here will be a drop box. And I got all these different fruits. Maybe I wanted to add strawberries to the list. You'll see now is the drop box will include strawberries. So by typing in a simple list, I can now make a drop box in a place, and then I can have it filled in. I can also copy this cell, and I can paste it anywhere else. Maybe I want to paste it down here or on another sheet. I'll go to Paste Special, Data Validation Only. Now the drop box appears. Another way I can do this is by writing a query. So an example would be like that additional data thing that I had in previous challenges. I had homeroom teachers. Okay. And I have a bunch of different teachers here, and maybe I just want to have a nice alphabetical list of homeroom teachers to do some sort of a report. So what I could do is I can go back in and I could write a query. And so what I would do then is I would simply click on, let me see where I'm at, challenge 8, challenge 7. I can go to a query where I could type in equals query. I can go to my additional data. Okay. And I can select column B. And I can say something like select B, where B is not null. Order by B ascending. That seems kind of ridiculous, but let's unpack that a little bit. What it means is this. I want you to go to column B, computer, and I want you to bring back every single value in column B that's not blank or not null, and I want you to order it by B ascending, which means I want it alphabetized. If I enter, I now have a ton and a lot of duplicates too, right? So what I can do then is I could go ahead and I can wrap this all around with a unique function. The word unique in front of it. Okay. Now when I do that, I have a short list. Okay. I also noticed that I have the heading homeroom teacher that I really didn't want to include. That was in row 1. So I can go ahead and I can make it row 2. Now get rid of homeroom teacher. Now if I have extra staff added to the list, I can add them in too. And then what I can do is I can simply do same thing. I can go to data validation, and I could go ahead and I can choose that whole set of names. Maybe I want to do the header in there as well. Okay. Or I could say homeroom teacher or whatever else. But now that's a drop box, and that can be copied. A special data validation. Okay. If I was to have extra teachers added to that list, this will automatically update, which is a really, really cool thing. Okay. The last thing I could use is a checkbox. And when I do a checkbox, what I would be able to do is I'd be able to insert checkbox. And I can drag those down. So maybe I want to have something like, handed in paper or whatever else, and I can check or uncheck. Now, if I'm thinking about a query or a count, basically what's going to happen is these are going to be true or false. Okay. If it's checked, it's true, and if it's not checked, it's false. So I can count and sort and order if something is true or if it's false to filter. I could, count up the numbers of trues or the numbers of falses if I'm trying to figure out some sort of information here as well. And what's really nice now is you can bring in this really good information. Okay. The last part that you'll see here is going to be conditional formatting. And the way conditional formatting works is it's actually going to change the color or the font of something if a certain value is in play. So maybe what I want to do is I want to make things that are checked green and things that are not checked red. I can select this, and then I can right click and go on over to view more cell actions. I'm going to go back to data conditional formatting. And what I'm going to say is, look, if it is equal to false, okay, I want to make the background red. Okay, and now I can hit done. If I want to add another rule, maybe I want to make it, if it's equal to true, I want to make it bright green. Hit done. And what I'll see now is by checking and unchecking, this will change. I can use words to be different colors. I could use numbers, greater than or less than types of things as well. And I could even, set up things like if I wanted the word bananas to be written in yellow with a black background, it could automatically format that way. Again, simple things that you can do to organize the information to make it work.